Okay. Now, that situation, devil's advocate, that always seems to be what I do, think of the opposing view, but if she's talking about Caleb, it could be that because... No, but he would have known for a week. It depends how long he'd been gone for. But he could have been using that house to stay in. If he was just coming back and he knew that it was generally empty, you never know. I'm just putting that out there. Also, I'm sorry, but they said she was critical, no? And who leaves the hospital in that outfit after 2 days, even if you're coming directly from the hospital? That's open in the back. You think that this girl's gonna want to walk around showing her butt to everyone? I mean, maybe that's your thing. I'm just saying, unlikely. It's the little things. Okay, so the obvious thing there to search for would be the bar. So, the lantern. Ironic. Light theme again. She's in different clothes. It's like this game can hear me.
Earlier we walked through the festival downtown briefly. That festival of fire. We had some food and then went to the bar pretty early. At the bar, we just sat and had our drinks and listened to the singer. It was totally fine. I mean, we were laughing and joking while she sang. I think Alana recognized her. Said it was her neighbor.
What did you guys have? To eat or drink, I mean?
I can't remember. The drinks were red. I think they had some drink cocktail special that night. Their own thing we didn't eat.
And anyone you think that might have been angry with you there?
No, I don't think anyone was. But I remember Brian saying a couple of nights before that there was someone trying to pick a fight with him outside of the bar we were at when he was smoking. I think it was just a guy thing though, them being macho or whatever. But I don't disagree that there is a little bit of animosity towards people not from around here. The whole local versus whoever thing. I just decided not to buy into stuff like that.
Do you remember what the guy looked like who had a problem with Brian?
Yeah, do you remember them?
No, not really. It was just some kind of drunk guy who lived here. Youngish, wearing a hat, a baseball hat.
Ah.
We were at the bar on the corner of 3rd and Main. The guy's friends were pretty apologetic and were trying to calm him down. He didn't seem dangerous, really, just drunk.
Okay. How about anyone else? Did anyone else threaten you since you've been here? Or anyone else in your past? How about friends? Did they have any enemies?
I want to see that in part again. That was a long one. Damn, son. I want to see her expression.
And we're trying to calm him down. He didn't seem dangerous, really, just drunk.
Okay. How about anyone else? Did anyone else threaten you since you've been here? Or anyone else in your past?
Again, I can't tell because they keep looking at the script. Or the entity that's following them.
How about friends? Did they have any enemies?
I don't think I have any enemies.
And the others?
I'm not sure. They were all really good people. We had the best year of our lives this year. We were going to graduate next year, and we were so excited.
You sure? About the enemies. No one mentioned any problems recently? We've been trying to help you out and have been interviewing locals, suspects, and other people yesterday and today. Your friends, did they have good families?
She was going to say more. Okay. Ooh. Okay. What about this guy in a baseball hat? Really? So I need to Research. I need to search again when I get new suspects, words I've already looked at. Wow.
Can you tell us more about what the guy you saw in the house looked like?
It's the same
Just
guy.
like a bum. Like, old, dirty clothes, a big jacket, dirty skin, ripped shoes, kind of hunched over, but about my height, maybe a little taller.
So you didn't recognize him?
No, I don't think so.
Did you notice if he was wearing a hat?
Oh, yeah, it was one of those wool hats, a beanie thing.
What color was the beanie?
It was dirty, but I think it was
It isn't dirty.
red. Or wait, no, violet. No, it was purple.
Okay, thanks.
It's three different colours, but
Couldn't
sure.
have been invited that night, maybe by one of your friends?
Maybe, but I don't think so. We wouldn't hang out with someone like that.
Okay.
He's violent and dangerous.
How do you know
Let's
that?
try something else.
Violent and dangerous. Hang out with someone like that.
Okay.
He's violent and dangerous.
Okay.
He's violent and dangerous.
Let's try something else. Here's a bunch of photos with potential suspects, and we'd like you to circle the photo of the person you think most resembles the man you saw breaking into the house at 4 a.m.
Think really hard before deciding.
Okay. That's him.
Okay, thanks. That's our man then.
I'm trying to assume that everyone so far is innocent, so that tends to be why I come up with things and stories in my head to justify their behaviour. But again, I mean, he didn't say for certain whether or not someone knew them. How do we know this wasn't a guy in the baseball cap? He's clearly said he's got everything in his system. Secondly, as I said, he could have been staying in the property and not realise it was taken, or someone was there. Him being dirty doesn't make sense with the hat we've seen. I don't know how in depth these people are going with this game, but again, if he's dirty, he could have been travelling and just came back. Why did he immediately leave the house? And what did that guy say to him, Brian, in the argument with him that would justify him coming back and doing what he did? Okay. They spelled fire like that, right? Interesting.
What all goes on at the Festival of Fire that you've been to?
The cops, you guys patrol it, you know.
That wasn't where I was going with my question. We're aware of the event.
Well, away from the fun and games, there are some places in town that celebrate in different ways.
How so?
People think it's the night to do stuff, try stuff. One night of the year.
What do you mean, like drugs?
No, I mean, that too kind of, but that's not what I meant.
What do you mean?
They try stuff. They're more open to stuff. Having fun and serious stuff, like witchcraft.
Witchcraft?
Yeah, like spells and stuff. It's kind of what this town is known for, you know.
Really? That's what the town is known for now.
Partially, yeah.
The Festival of Fire, my favorite. The West Coast's finest come from miles around and descend on the town like locusts. Look, I get it. People like to dress up and play make-believe. But there's a time and a place. It's called childhood. My big problem with it is all of my neighbors who act normal 364 days of the year, but then come out and act like some big blessing on the town that must be revered. You already get Halloween the next day, so do we really need to drag this out for another day? Hop on your broomsticks and...
I do not like that guy.
Ah, yes. The Festival of Fire. It used to just be called the Fire on the Hill. Not such a big production. For most people now, it's bobbing for apples, dressing up in tacky Halloween costumes, all capped off with a big phony baloney festival on top of the Witch's Hill at Dangling Rock, where they light some fake effigy to whatever on fire that the town put together over a few weeks. A real family affair. The town council even helps put it together now, I think. And some big companies even sponsor part of it.
It brings in a lot of money.
Yes. What with the families having a fun night out, the drunken revelers, and even the kids with their internet spells. It's an eventful night. What's different now is that the festival takes place on the same date every year now. October 30th. Devil's Night, or Mischief Night in some places. But originally it was only supposed to take place only on the date in October when the moon was right.
Well, what do you mean by that?
And
Why
what's
is
that called?
The festival right now is always on the 30th, the day before Halloween, for convenience. But before, the moon was always supposed to be in shadow for this event.
Shadow's coming up a
With
lot.
The significance being...
It helps to perform an incantation or a spell when the moon is at its extremes or strongest. This goes back way before my time, so I'm not sure on the exact history, but I know the moon doesn't show up because it's in shadow and looks black.
So we can't see it.
No, you can't, no. But it's still there, obviously.
Fascinating. Oh, honestly, this is fascinating to me. Oh, I love these
Is
games.
there anything else you remember at the bar? Like what you had to drink?
She had a cocktail.
Did anybody get food?
No, just that the drinks were red. I do remember that.
You said that,
for
yeah.
The fire festival thingy.
Good?
Not especially. Kind of weird.
Spiked?
I mean, okay, nothing special.
Okay, thanks. I guess we can double check on that.
Toxicology in the bodies would have brought something up.
Interesting.
Sure.
But no one ate anything, that's for sure. We were still pretty full from dinner. We had burgers downtown.
Where was that at?
Barbecue Depot, I think.
All right, thanks. We'll take note of that.
I looked away at the end of that. I want to make sure I spell it the same way. Is it BBQ or is it barbecue?
Barbecue Depot, I think.
BBQ, okay.
All right, thanks.
Good to know.
You ever been up to the Hill State Park?
Yeah, like I said, we went up there a couple of days ago, last week. Emily and Alana and the guys really wanted to go. The guy jumped off of it, and Brian actually kind of hurt his leg when he landed and vowed to get revenge on it. It was pretty funny. Said he wanted to come back and push it over. Emily and Alana wanted to see it too.
Uh-oh.
I thought it was amazing, not what I was expecting.
The site? The rock?
Yeah, it's a beautiful location. And the most beautiful I've ever seen with the water and the hill.
Did you happen to go up there for the bonfire later? Where they light the statue up?
When they burnt the big straw man,
Oh no.
we watched it from outside the bar. Everyone was cheering when it went up. But it's not really our thing, so we stayed downtown. Alana had been up there before.
Did you guys do anything else during the festival?
The guys did one of the shooting galleries. We shared an elephant ear. We also tried to guess what was in the bowls and the boxes. You know, the ones where they cover the boxes and they have spaghetti for intestines, peeled grapes for eyeballs, that sort of thing.
That must have seemed pretty tame comparatively.
Yeah, the whole thing seemed like it was more for kids and families.
I know, my family loves the Festival of Fire.
All right, let's move on.
I'm suddenly getting the Wicker Man vibe, to be honest. Okay, so what are we gonna do next? We've got so many words, and I bet half of them aren't relevant. So, she said, straw man. 1 or 2 words, who knows? Okay. On fire. On fire. What about the fact that Brian said he was going to kick it over or push it? Push it real good. That's the only time it's mentioned. I want to know more about this neighbour. Seriously, dudes, what are you doing to me? Okay, what about rehabilitation? Oh my god. Rehabilitation, yeah.
Barbaric place. Better than the great public asylums we had to house the mentally troubled, but not by a long feather. And for children too, essentially. I suppose some were in a rush to be adults. But there were always stories of young people arriving and never to be seen again. Who knows? Likely shuffled out, aged out to prison, but some hopefully to better places. Likely many disappeared in the system. Doesn't take much, I suppose. We can be quite cruel as a society to those mentally unsound or different.
She has got so much information about the town. It is fantastic. That's why she's the most interesting. Everyone else is like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Ah, the Main Street rats. Emboldening the town's image. Find a pile of trash, they're not far off. Picking through most of the time. What about them? They're nothing but trouble, honestly. And people tolerate them. Enablers. They give them money. I sometimes drive by 4th near the theater a lot where they congregate and wonder, is this the end? Are we in the end times? Ever since the mid-'80s, we elected that liberal parasite of a mayor who wanted Landsend to become a young town with bohemian-style culture instead of staying true to our roots. You know, good people with good values who live here. They're the ones that deserve better. Instead, we have this half-college culture, half-homeless culture, and more like it. It's always been a powder keg, though. There's a culture war going on. Sorry, I'm ranting.
No, continue.
No, please don't. What is the relevance? Why is he going into this? He is a suspect, allegedly. He's supposed to be giving his view, his deposition on what he discovered at the scene, and he's ranting about the village. This looks cute. Where's her shop? I can't read that. Memories is a good word, though. Goths are us. That's a good name. There's a music shop. Where's Circle's Glow? I can't see it.